Hello, you're watching tulipswift. My hair is so short and I'm so excited. The first book I read in 2016 was for school. It's called On Writing by Stephen King. He wrote a memoir about how he became a writer and what fiction means to him and what writing does for people. And really interested in being a writer, or if you love Stephen King books, go ahead and jump into this. It's not bad by any means. You saw me haul this in August and I said I'd read it and then I didn't, but I actually read it now, so that's good. He has a list in the back of books that he recommends, his favorite books, and he put all the Harry Potters in there, and that made me really happy because a lot of people don't acknowledge mainstream things and they're like, oh, it's not cool, but it's really good. So I'm glad he did that. This month I listened to the audiobook called Can You Keep a Secret by Sophie Kinsella. She wrote Confessions of a Shopaholic, which you may have heard of that movie. I didn't like this book. It's about a British woman and she gets on a plane and she's completely terrified. She thinks they're going to crash and she's going to die. So she tells all of her secrets, and the man next to her, who's a rich American businessman, he knows all of her secrets, and they kind of meet up later unexpectedly. That's kind of the main point of the story, but I didn't like it. It wasn't for me, and I really couldn't relate to this woman who's in her late 20s. If it was a movie, it'd be cute and it'd be quick, but as a book that I read over the period of a month, I did not enjoy it, and I didn't like the love interest. And if you don't like the love interest, that can pretty much spoil the book. So 1 or 2 months ago, I read Silence by Natasha Preston, and if you don't recall, I told you I hated it. But it was so drama-packed that it really kept me reading it, and I was like, whoa, even though it was written terribly. So I read the second and third book this month. The second book takes place 4 years later. It's called Broken Silence, and I didn't like it as much as the first one. It was just about her love life, and even though it's supposed to be a romance trilogy, I didn't care about her love life at all. And the second book goes way darker than the first book. And then the third book, and I'm only going to say this once, it's called Players, Bumps, and Cocktail Sausages. And that's such a weird thing, and it doesn't... Anyways, this book is from her brother's point of view, another year or two later, and he's a 27-year-old man. So I started the series from a 16-year-old girl, and now I'm reading about a 27-year-old man. So I don't really know who their target audience is, but I did not enjoy this third book, and it was so bad, and I think I gave it 2 stars because I'm a nice person, okay? He is in a marriage that he doesn't like, and he just wants to be a player and do whatever he wants, and then he falls in love, big surprise. What I hate about this series is the writing and the characters and the dialogue, as well as every single person. If they're a man, they get arrested. If they're a woman, they become pregnant. It's the same plot twist over and over again. And that is so annoying, and it was just really problematic, and I don't recommend you read it. And then finally, just because I was so bitter about it, I actually read the companion to the trilogy called Silent Night. And this was just a couple of chapters about Christmas with the whole family. And it was cute. And it had my favorite parts of the first book come to life. And I gave it 4 stars because I am such a nice person. And then, just because I annoy myself so much, I picked up another free book on iTunes, because we all know that I've always enjoyed those. And I read that one, and it's called The New Girl. It's by Tracy Puckett, and this girl who moves around a lot comes to a new school, and she becomes friends with her English teacher, and then her mom has a relationship with the teacher's brother, and they kind of get in an awkward situation or whatever, and then her and all of her friends are crushing on him. The main character's name is Steph Jeek, and it's spelled like this. So if I'm not even joking, this is the main character's name, and if you think that's silly, this is what I've been putting up with. Why am I reading these bad books? Stop it. Read something good. The last thing I read this month was an actual book. It's called Vanishing Girls by Lauren Oliver. And I listened to the audiobook. It had 3 narrators, both the sisters, and then their friend named Parker, and then there was actually even a narrator for whenever it was an internet page. So I have the physical copy here from the library, so I could look at all the pictures. All the pictures are really unnecessary. They're just random stock images, and I was like, why? Anyways, these 2 sisters are completely different. One of them's really outgoing, other one's really to herself, and she's more of an introvert. There's this phenomenon where these girls are disappearing. The book is written from going back and forth between the sisters, and also it's written in a before and after. So if you're a big fan of the 5th wave in the sense that it's written in a puzzle and you're jumping around a lot, which I love, but I have a hard time following that, especially an audiobook that I wasn't really paying attention to. But if you're a fan of that, go ahead and read Vanishing Girls. It was pretty good. I've heard that it's predictable, but I didn't predict anything. But again, like, maybe I should have actually paid attention. Thank you for watching. I hope I have better reviews next month when I read books that I should be reading. And I actually didn't buy that much this month, so there's not going to be a haul, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. So hopefully that will be up next month and it'll be a combined one. And I'm trying to review Shadowhunters episodes, but it's every week and I'm so busy, so that's really hard to keep up with as well. Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye.